This is deeppocketsforex. We'll be giving you our weekly Forex forecast. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification button so that you get our weekly video every weekend. You get notified whenever we post a video. If you have any questions or any suggestions, feel free to drop them on the comment section. Also watch the video until the end so that you don't miss out on the tips we'll be giving you along the video. So watch the video until the end. Enjoy the video. For GBPCAD, we focused at a down move here. We said we're expecting a down move all the way down up to this point. This past week we focused at this down move, and as you can see, price is starting to move down like this. It started to move down all the way up to the forecasted point. So this next week we're likely to just get a small correction here, then one last down, just a small down move up to this point. Then price from there is expected to give an up move like this. This up move is expected to move up to this point or even slightly break this previous high. Then from this point we'll be looking for a down move like this. That's the down move we're waiting for. This past week we mentioned that if you know how to trade this down move, you can go for it, and if you know how to trade this up move also, you can go for it. But this down move here is the one which is less risky, so you can wait for it as well. If you don't know how to trade this sell and this buy, you can wait for this down move here, then you can sell anywhere around here or around here depending on what price will be doing when it gets to this point. We'll be looking for a down move all the way down. Any continuation up move here, we won't be trading it. We'll just wait for price to complete its structure, then we can still be looking for a sell because this down wave is needed to complete this structure. That's what we're looking for on GBPCAD, only a sell down move only from this point all the way down. We have GBPUSD. For GBPUSD, we focused at a down move from this point. We said we're expecting a small down move here, then we're going to get another up move here, which is going to be a little big. As you can see, from here all the way up to here, we are expecting it to break this previous high, slightly break the previous high, then there's an expected big down wave. Weeks before we forecasted this structure here, we stated that from here we're expecting to get a big wave down, and we made an update. We said because of change of structure, GBPUSD is no longer showing that it's gonna give a big wave down, but now it's showing that it's gonna give a small wave down and an up move, then the bigger wave later. As you can see, GBPUSD is expected to give a down move. This next week, if GBPUSD gives something like this, then it moves up to this point. Keep in mind that this movement is still expected. This movement would still be expected. Then after this movement completes, we would wait for price to push up, then we can take the sell. That's for GBPUSD. We're expecting sells from this point. Also from this point there's an expected small down move. Here there's an expected up move, then the bigger wave down on GBPUSD. We have GBPJPY. For GBPJPY, this past week we focused at small up move here, then a down move, and as you can see, price just moved like that. It just moved up, now it's starting to move down. So this down move is expected to move all the way up to this point. Around this point we're expecting this movement to push all the way up to this point. Then from here we can assess price. There's a higher chance price might give one up move to break this previous high. Then after it breaks this previous high, we're expecting a big wave down. That's for GBPJPY. After it breaks this previous high, we're expecting a big wave down. If you know how to trade this, you get a good entry, then it goes up with you, you can go for that. But for us, we'll wait for this setup to move all the way up to this point, then we assess it and see if our entry strategy confirms the buy. If it confirms the buy, we can be going for an up move all the way up to this point. But if we get no entry, we'll just let price fall if it has to fall. For EURGBP, we say that we're expecting an up move, up wave, only up wave. That's all we focused on EURGBP. We see that after the corrective structure that was forming here is completed, we'll be looking for an up move. That's what we said. Keep in mind that whenever you're looking for an entry at a pivot point, there's a pivot point. Whenever you're looking for an entry at a pivot point or a turning point, there's a lot of manipulation. You should always know that price would try by all means to try as much as possible to take everyone out that's in the trade. Then that's when it can start moving up. All the time when you see a focus of a big wave up, know that there's a lot of manipulation taking place there. So if for instance, you say that you look for a buy here, price would try by all means to take you out before price moves up. You should always keep that in mind, and your entry strategy should help you at least reduce manipulation. So for EURGBP, we focused an up move, and as you can see, we're starting to get an up move. If you are not in this trade, just wait. We'll be getting a corrective structure here possibly, then it continues up. We can be looking forward for an entry. If it gives a corrective structure, then it goes up. If it doesn't give a corrective structure, it can give a pullback here like this, then it continues up like that. That's for EURGBP. Our bias is up. We're only looking for entries up. If it continues to push down, just ignore the down move. Do not trade the down move, because we are only looking for buy opportunities. That's what we're looking for. But this next week, it's likely to give just a small corrective structure, then up, or it can give a bigger corrective structure, then up. But the direction is up. GBPCHF. For GBPCHF, we focus at this big down wave all the way down. We focus at the big down wave, and we say that it's expected to reach up to this point. This past week price was at around this point, and we say that we're expecting this corrective structure or this pullback to complete, then we'll start getting a down move. We say that we'll start getting a down move. Now if you're in the sell, just be careful. If you're in the sell, be careful. If you're entering from here or from here, just be careful, because there's a likely chance, if price breaks this previous low here like this, if it breaks this previous low, we are likely to get a pullback like this, either a stop hunt or just a pullback, then price is likely to continue all the way down. So just be careful if you're trading this. Make sure that your stop loss is on break even as soon as you're in profits. That's GBPCHF. We're still expecting this down wave. The direction is still down. We have EURCAD. For EURCAD, we say that there's an expected move all the way up. We say there's an expected movement all the way up, just like that. And as you can see, we got a corrective structure here. This past week, we say that we're still expecting price to move all the way up. After this corrective structure is completed, we're expecting more up on EURCAD. And as you can see, EURCAD is still showing signs of up, still showing signs of up. Either we can get a down push here like this to break this previous low this next week, but our main structure is up. That's what we have on EURCAD. We're expecting a big wave up. If you're not trading this from this point or just anywhere, you can be looking for an entry after you get this pullback up here, or if it decides to move up from here, you can be looking forward for an entry if you confirm the buy. But for EURCAD, overall structure is up. We're expecting an up move. We have EURUSD. For EURUSD, this past week, it was at this point. We said we're expecting a down wave here and then an up move, because price, we say that it has to complete its movement up. So we said we're expecting this small down push, and as you can see, it was achieved by this spike, this down move, then price continued up like this. This next week, anywhere from here or from here, we're likely to get this down wave down like this. We're likely to get this down move all the way up to this point. That's what we're expecting on EURUSD. We're expecting this down wave either from here or from here. We're expecting a down move. We have USDCHF. Now USDCHF, it was at this point. This past week, it was at this point. We say that we're expecting this corrective structure to complete, then we're expecting a down move here. Now as you can see, this down move has went a little deeper. It's the corrective structure. It has corrected a little deeper here, and we are still expecting this up move to continue as expected. We are still expecting that up move, because initially the initial movement was showing that we're expecting a big up wave, and we're still expecting that big up move all the way up to this point. This was just a pullback or a corrective structure. We're still expecting more up on USDCHF. EURNZD. For EURNZD, we say that we're expecting a big movement up. We're expecting a big movement. That's what we're expecting on EURNZD. We focused at this up move. Remember, this was a down move that was focused at, and now we are focused in this up move. This is at a pivot point, so just be careful here, because there's a lot of manipulation taking place, and there's also possible that this next week we might get some manipulation. Just be careful and know that we are expecting an up wave on EURNZD. On this chart we have AUDNZD. For AUDNZD, from this point we were expecting a movement up. This is a pivot point. Remember what we said? We said during at pivot points we are likely to get a lot of manipulation, a lot of spikes. As you can see, we're getting a lot of manipulations. That's how you know that price is about to move up. That's how you know that price is about to move up. There's more to manipulation. But as of now, just keep in mind that anytime you get to a pivot point or you're expecting a big wave up, expect stop hands. Because price would give stop hands just to take as much people as possible out. Then that's when price can start moving up. So for AUDNZD, we're still expecting this up move. The moment we get our entry confirmed, we would go in for the buy all the way up. That's what we're expecting on AUDNZD. If this next week it continues to give some down move or some spikes here, we just stay out. Then the moment it's done, we can be looking for a buy up. We have NZDJPY. For NZDJPY, we're expecting a big movement down. We're expecting a wave down. If we get our entry, we confirm our entry, we'll be trading the down move. But if it decides to continue up, we'll just ignore it. If we confirm our sell, we can be trading it. Any up move, we'll ignore it, then only look for our sell setups for NZDJPY. We have CHFJPY. For CHFJPY, we were expecting to get a corrective structure here, then one last down. But as you can see, price decided to go up like this on CHFJPY. It just decided to push up to this point. It didn't get to the point which was forecasted. From here, we forecasted a down move all the way up to this point, but price just moved up to this point. Then after the movement, it moved up. So this next week, there's a likely chance that we might get a down move like this. It's possible we might get a down move like this all the way up to this point. And after we get this down move all the way up to this point, there's an expected up. This up is still expected up to this area. We'll be expecting this up move all the way up to this point after we get this down move. But there's also a chance that we might just get a corrective structure here, then price continues up like this. These are two different structures. It would mean that for us to decide if we would trade the buy or if we would wait for this down to complete, then trade the buy from here, it will depend on the structure that develops as the week unfolds. So as of now, just keep in mind that there's a likely chance we might get a down move up to this point, then up, or we might just give a correction here, then up. That's for CHFJPY. This is NZDUSD. Now remember, for NZDUSD, we're expecting a down move here. Since there's a big wave that's expected, it's a big wave that's expected, and that's why you're getting this manipulation. This is manipulation. Price is just being manipulated. Structure should be giving a down move, but because it's a pivot point, there's a point where price is pivoting or is expected to pivot. That's why you're getting people taken out just like that. But the moment everyone is out, you just get price shooting down like this. So for us, we are not trading this yet. We're waiting for a sign to give us an entry, then we can go for a sell. That's what we're expecting. We're waiting to go for a sell on NZDUSD. The moment all the manipulation, whatever is happening here, is completed, would be trading the sell. This is AUDCHF. For AUDCHF, we're looking for a down move. We're looking for an entry to sell the down move. That's what we're looking for, to sell the down move. Whatever is happening here, we are likely to get an impulse down here, then a corrective structure, then a down move like this. This down move is what we'll be looking for to trade. Note that this price can just give an impulse move like this. Then after it gives an impulse move like this, it would give one more up, one last up to break this previous high. It's a possibility because that's what structure is showing. Then after this up move, we'll be looking for to take in the sell. What we're interested in is the sell. This down move and this up move is a little risky. They are little risky setups, and we'll only look for the bigger setup here that would give us better risk to reward. That's what we'll be trading. We're only looking for sell opportunities on AUDCHF. Next, we have USDCAD. For USDCAD, structure showing an up move next. We're likely to get an up move like this, an up move like this to break this previous high on USDCAD. If you'd like to trade this, just wait for confirmation. If your entry strategy confirms a buy, you can be trading this. But if this setup on Monday it decides to continue down, just let it complete, and then you can assess it according to your rules of entry. Then you can be looking forward for an up move. As of now, it's not yet ready for entry, but we are waiting for an up move either from this point or from this point. Around this zone, there's an expected up move. So your strategy, your entry strategy, should know how to confirm the buy. That's USDCAD. We're expecting only up move. Any down move, we will not be selling it, only buying up moves. This is GBPAUD. For GBPAUD, we're expecting this down move to break this previous low. That's what we're expecting. Then after it breaks this previous low, there's a likely chance we might get an up move like this, which is bigger, which might break this previous high and this previous high. Up move like this. That's what we'll be expecting on GBPAUD. Then from here, we can be assessing structure. We can be focusing the next move from this point. We have NZDCHF. NZDCHF was a pair that we focused on this up move here. But from here, we say that we're expecting a corrective structure like this. But price gave a down move like this, then it gave an impulse move like this. So this structure here is a little complex structure. So for now, you can just set it aside. This is AUDJPY. AUDJPY was supposed to give an impulse move like this, a small impulse move, then up. This is where we said we'll be looking forward to taking the buy all the way up to this point. But instead, AUDJPY decided to move, pivot from this point up. So we just let it complete its movement. This next week, we're likely to get a down move like this. Then from here, we'll be looking forward for an up move if this down move comes. But we won't be selling this down move. We won't be looking for sells here. We're only looking for this drop to confirm our buy. GBPNZD. For GBPNZD, the structure here is much more clearer on the daily time frame, because we were expecting to get an up move from here up like this. We're expecting to get an up move like this up. So there was a change of structure here. That's why we're getting this drop here. So this next week, we're likely to get a corrective structure like this, then continuation down to the downside. This up move that we're expecting here up to this point is no longer expected because of change of structure. So we're likely to get just a corrective structure like this, then down. Then after we get this down, breaking this previous low, we're likely to get this big up move. This down move is something that can be tradable if we get a good entry. It's something that can be tradable, and this buy can also be tradable. But if this corrective structure is just a small one, then it continues down, you can just ignore it. Then from here, you can be looking forward for this up move here. That's what you can be looking for on GBPNZD.